Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you to the inaugural player auction of the Lanka Premier League. My name is Ridhima Pathak, and I'll be your host for the day. Well, I'd like to extend a very, very warm welcome to the SLC President, Mr. Shami Silva, the two Vice Presidents of Sri Lanka Cricket, respectively, Dr. Jayant Dharmadasa and Ravin Vikramaratne, Honorary Secretary Mohan De Silva, the Tournament Director, Mr. Samantha Dodonvella, the CEO and founder of the IPG Group, the rights holder of the competition, Mr. Anil Mohan, the CEO of Sri Lanka Cricket, Mr. Ashley De Silva, the SLC office bearers, the team, and the members of the franchise teams, the media, and all the distinguished guests. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure all of you are very well aware that the previous 3 editions, we had a player draft with which we had players in each teams. But guess what? We've shifted gears from the 1st to the 5th, and we have arrived, for the very first time in the history of the Lanka Premier League, to the LPL auction 2023. Now, I can say this with a lot of confidence that the Lanka Premier League is all set to reach new benchmarks, given the kind of players that have been signed. International players and top players have their eyes and game set for the 4th edition of the Lanka Premier League. And I have to tell you that the LPL most definitely is a very important part of their cricketing calendar. Now, a total of 360 players, both capped and uncapped, registered for the 4th edition of the LPL. And I can say this again with the fact that this is not just Sri Lanka's, but the world's top T20 league, for which everybody wants to obtain a place to play at. Now, the Lanka Premier League is truly becoming an international sporting event and rather a sensation. And I have some numbers to back that. You see, the previous edition grabbed the eyeballs of 500 million people, that is combined digital, television, and print media. And not to forget, the wide exposure received by its commercial partners through its magnificence. Now, that's the future. I have to take you back to the history. You see, this particular tournament has stood the test of time, whether the worldwide pandemic came in or the economic crisis in the country. And all credit to Sri Lanka Cricket Board for a commendable job done for the transformation of the LPL. And not just that, also its partners such as IPG stood by it like a rock. So congratulations. Now in this process, I have to say that a lot of sentiments of the LPL resonate with the sentiments and the attributes of its people, whether the fervor, the enthusiasm, the adrenaline, and more so, the attitude of making its comeback more stronger than its setback. LPL truly stands with its people. And hence, let me give you a glimpse of the evolution of LPL. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give that a huge, huge round of applause. Well, those were the 3 additions, and I told you about the fervor, the enthusiasm, and the adrenaline. May I also please add the swag that Sri Lanka has, whether it's Malinga, Angelo Matthews, or whether it's Pathirana now. And with that, may I please call upon the tournament director to kindly say a few words. Mr. Samantha Dodonvella, sir, the stage is all yours. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dodonvella. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, since we've spoken about the IPG Group, please welcome the founder and CEO of IPG, Mr. Anil Mohan, to kindly say a few words on this very, very special occasion. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Anil Mohan. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead, I have to tell you all and give you a quick brief of the pre-signing. Now, all of you are aware that $1 million was signed to each and every team, out of which $500K has been spent in the pre-signing. Let me quickly give you a quick brief. Well, now that's a quick brief of the pre-signing, and that's how, as far the teams stand, they've got another $500K that needs to be spent today in the auction. But before we get there, let's get back to the studios to Roshan to tell us, now that we've got a glimpse of the pre-signing here and the icon players, how do you make a balanced team? Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the player auction, the inaugural player auction of the Lanka Premier League 2023. And without further ado, the time has come to dive straight into the action as well as the auction. And for that, may I please invite on stage the ace commentator, expert, the man who's been associated with the LPL in various capacities. Ladies and gentlemen, the auctioneer for the day, it is Charu Sharma.